Good morning. This is Patricia Green-Sotos of Gekko Yoga of Madison. And during this time of social isolation and stress, I've had a request to do something that's down-regulating. We often talk in our classes about how our system has two very, very incredibly intelligent opposing forces. One is the sympathetic system, which gets you up and going, getting out of bed, cortisol, adrenaline, helps you run fast away from danger. And then the other opposing system is the parasympathetic system, which helps you rest, digest. And in this time of stress, we have some tools that we can use to help us be more down-regulated. One of them we've talked about a lot, and that's your exhaling breath. So today we're going to do a evening time yoga practice or a down-regulating practice. You can do it whenever you want to. The main things that we do with down regulation is to find your grounding. So wherever you're seated or if you're lying, come into the back of your body, close your eyes, and start to breathe naturally, but focusing on your exhaling breath. Let the inhale take care of itself. It will come naturally. Your body is wise. But allowing the exhaling breath to go all the way out to the end, to that little pause, that skosh minute of time before your body inhales again. And doing this for several minutes can change your body chemistry. And you can harness that by grounding. We close our eyes because our eyes are direct communication to our brain. And what comes in through our eyes takes up 80% of our brain working power. And by closing your eyes, you can come into your internal environment. The exhaling breath, grounding, relaxing the palate. All major fascial lines either connect into, intersect, or end on this plane right here that goes to the back of the skull, roof of the mouth. And by relaxing the roof of the mouth, that allows us a doorway to relax, rest, and digest. The 3 yoga poses to help you down-regulate are twists and forward folds and shavasana. So you might start off your yoga practice with the grounding meditation, or you might just start off where we're starting today. Closing your eyes, feel your sits bones reaching down into the earth as the ponytail crown of your head reaches tall. Relax your jaw, relax the roof of the mouth, and exhale all the way out. With each exhaling breath, inviting ease into the space between your ears, the space between your eyebrows, cheekbones broad and wide, muscles around your mouth and nose relax. Front of the throat softens, back of the neck releases as the shoulders gently release down away from the ears. Lower back softening. Wherever you're holding on to stress, letting it go. And when you're ready, we transition, coming to the floor. So whatever you're sitting on, you can remove that. Come up to the wall, and depending on how much ability you have to stretch the back of the legs, you might need to be pretty far away, but if you're really flexible, you would want to bring one cheek up to the wall, the other cheek on the ground. Come down onto your shoulder and let your legs swing up the wall as you reposition yourself and have your legs up the wall. Sometimes you have to scooch like an inchworm and let your arms be at 5 and 7 o'clock. And again, come back to your 3 fundamentals. Feel how the earth is holding you up. The wall is the surrogate wall, surrogate for the floor. Roll your arm bones into the back of the socket. Palms are at 5 and 7 o'clock towards the ceiling. And just feel how you connect to the earth. Relaxing your palate, relaxing anywhere you're holding on to stress. Exhaling all the way out. And you can stay right here 10, 15 minutes. If you like, you can add on this flow. So if you decide to stay just here, you might want to turn it off and go to one of my videos where you can listen to maybe the affirmations. Otherwise, point and flex. So here's the flex, there's the point. Nice, slow, long, flexing, really feeling, and point. Flex. And point. And then maybe going around in circles in one direction, going around in circles in the other direction. Making your mind work, going around together. So you're actually having to use your brain, and then the other direction. And then coming back to legs up the wall with the feet flexed. Grounding breath. Then take the right heel up off of the wall, keeping the knee straight, keeping your collarbones broad, arm bones rolled into the back of the socket. The more you flex the foot, the more the toes towards the nose, the more you're going to feel the back fascia line. This is supine pyramid pose. And you'll feel the difference. As soon as you bend the knee, you've lost the stretch. And as soon as you point the toe, the stretch is different. So really what you're doing is you're stretching the back fascia line over your heel and over your sits bones. And coming back. And taking your other heel off the wall. So I must be pretty far away from the wall if I'm able to bring my foot this far out. If my sits bones was right up against the wall, I probably would only be able to come up about 6 inches. Each time, let your shoulders relax. Let your breath relax. And then coming back, point and flex. Then going into wide forward fold. Now you're going to want enough wall space where your leg can go off to the side. I don't have enough wall space. I'm in my laundry room, and this is the laundry cabinet. So this is the best I can do today. And again, you can point and flex. I'm going to make myself even. And you can rotate in circles. And you can go circles the other way. And then we bend the knees to the side, bring the soles of the feet together, supine cobbler's pose. Just let your muscles, gravity, bring you down earthward. You can take one leg up the wall. So the left leg is up the wall, the right knee stays bent. You're in tree pose. You can stay in tree pose with your hands down by your side, or you can bring them up by your heart, or you can take them overhead. Remember, if you take them overhead, knit your ribs. It's a little bit more active. If I'm trying to go to sleep, I would probably stay with my hands down by my side. Keep that left leg rolled in so that it's right in with your hip socket. And then bringing the right knee midline, go up the wall. Take the left heel down, knee out to the side, resting on the side of the foot. Right leg straight out and flexed as if you were standing on it. Each exhale all the way out to the end. Resting in the pause at the end of the exhale. And bringing your knee midline and going back up the wall. Point and flex. Taking the right leg off the wall, externally rotate out, toes out, heel in. Bend the knee, put the ankle right at the lower thigh, not on your knee. If you can't get it onto thigh comfortably, you can put it onto your upper shin. Let the right knee roll out to the side. Both feet are flexed. Bring the left heel down the wall, not very far. Don't bring your whole pelvis off of the ground. Keep the pelvis down, so roll the pelvis down as you bend your knee, and you're going to feel a fairly remarkable stretch in your right buttocks. This is supine pigeon pose. And again, let yourself relax into it. Maybe you even massage wherever you feel that tightness and invite softness and opening. Or maybe you just send your breath to the tension. The more you flex your feet, you're protecting your knees, and you'll also intensify. It's the piriformis that's getting stretched, and if you have sciatica, this is really what you should be doing once or twice or 3 times a day. And then straightening your left knee. Take the right knee into midline and then go back up the wall. Taking the left foot off, externally rotate, bend the knee, putting the ankle onto the lower thigh, not on your knee. Both feet lightly flexed, and draw the right heel down the wall, just until you feel the stretch. And once you feel the muscles in the left bum have a gentle stretch, don't do it any further than that. Just come to the place where you feel relief, release, tension that's getting an opportunity to open. And ground, relax, and exhale. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Jaw and tongue soft. Palms rolling towards the ceiling, broad across the collarbones. Each exhale all the way out to the pause. Resting in that pause just a titch longer. Slowly straightening your right knee. Left heel comes off, knee comes midline, legs up the wall. Point and flex. Point and flex. Wide forward, fold. You can let your legs go out as far as is comfortable. Like I said, I'm not able to go past the cabinet. And then we can do goddess pose, bending the knees, bringing the feet down the wall, opening up the groin, letting the knees just go out to the side to whatever is comfortable. allowing gravity to open up the groin adductors. If you'd like to add on to the hands onto goddess pose, you take them out to the side, bend the elbows, bring your pointer finger and the thumb together, and let your arms rest by your side. Or you can open up your arms all the way. Knit your ribs. Let your lower back come onto the ground with each exhale. If your arms are in, you're going to not need to do that quite as much. Or you can keep your hands by your side. Slowly beginning to bring the soles of the feet together. Supine cobblers, knees are out to the side. Heels come down towards the groin. And then bringing your right knee over to the left side, you might have to scooch and roll over onto your left side, either bringing your head underneath, your arm under your head, or the handy pillow that's close by. Knee over knee, hip over hip, feet against the floor, right hand in front of you. Inhale, arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, arm out behind you. So the goal of this is not to get the hand back onto the ground. The goal is to open up your pec muscles, but as your shoulder is bringing your arm back, make sure your knee stays over knee, hip stays over hip, and your lower ribs, belly button, rolls back towards the opposite direction. So if the right arm is up and out, then your lower ribs are going back to the left. And breathe. Exhale. Feel your breath in your fingertips. This is the gentlest of twists. So good for opening up your chest. If you like, you can take your arm up another half a clock until you're slowly bringing your arm all the way up over your head, not towards the ceiling, parallel to the floor. You'll feel an extreme stretch in your pec muscles. And slowly coming back down. Inhale, arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, arm down in front of you. And take a resting breath. And then walk your feet back up the wall, and you might have to scooch if you have small space like I do. So scooch over so you can come over onto your right side. Something under your head. Knee over knee, hip over hip. Left arm in front of you, left arm up to the ceiling with the inhale, and with the exhale it comes out behind. As soon as your left arm is pulling your shoulder back, then let your lower ribs go back towards the floor so that you keep knee over knee, hip over hip. As soon as you notice that your hip is going back and the knee is coming out, then you know that you are out of alignment, and your SI joint is going to take the stress of that. Each exhaling breath. all the way out to the end. So even in this position, your ribs are slightly knit. Draw the purse string around your belly button in about 5 to 10%. You might feel your flank coming up off of the ground. You might feel more breath moving your arm. With your next inhale, raising your arm up, exhale, coming down in front of you. And you have a choice now. You can come back up to your legs up the wall, or you can push up and make your way onto your mat to lie down for Shavasana. So you can pause the tape here, or you can go ahead and do some twists with me. So simple twist, sit on the front half of your blanket or the front half of your block or your bolster. Reach down with the sits bones tall through the spine, broad across the collarbones, relaxing the jaw. Exhaling all the way out. We twist first to the right, taking your left hand onto the outside of your right knee, right hand behind you, fingers pointing in, looking over your right shoulder as you draw your lower ribs back to the left. So what we're trying to do is stabilizing the lower back. So you're using your oblique muscles as you pull your right lower rib down towards your left hip headlight. Take a couple of breaths here, letting your shoulders relax away from your ears. And with the next exhale, coming back to center. Inhale here, right hand onto left knee, left hand behind. As you look over your left shoulder, lower ribs go back to the right. The twist is between your shoulder blades. That's where we tend to be the most sticky, or the stickiest. Our lower back doesn't like to have a lot of twisting. It is supposed to be more stable, so we need to help it in its stability. Each exhale all the way out, with the next exhale coming back to center. Inhale here, exhale, bow to your right knee. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bow to your left knee. Inhale, coming up. Hands to heart. As we raise our hands in thanksgiving for the time we've spent together, hands back to heart center. The spirit in me bows to the spirit in you, in thanksgiving for the time we've spent together. Namaste. So now you could go to Yoga Nidra, and you could lie down in Savasana and listen to Yoga Nidra. Thank you.